Are you ready to head upriver? You'll be meeting face to face with the mighty Caesar himself. To my knowledge, this is the first time Caesar has ever summoned one of the dissolute to see him. Not even try. All who are not Legion are dissolute. Their very existence is a blight on the common. They hold themselves to be civilized. You'd know better than I would, but you must be remarkable for Caesar to take such an interest. The trip will take a few hours. Away. By order of Caesar, all visitors must disarm and relinquish all banned items. Your belongings will be returned to you when you leave. True to Caesar. Caesar awaits you in his tent. I'll wait here to ferry you back to the western shore.
Away, true to Caesar.
Away. So you're the visitor I've heard some of the legionaries talking about. If you're... I haven't had the pleasure. I have crossed paths with Legate Lanius. Shoot. No, sir. Not at all. They're my best customers. As long as... Hell, I don't even need to travel with guards most of the time in Legion territory. Between having to hire protection and getting slapped with taxes, but I do cross the river from time to time. He's the best the Legion has to offer, or so the legionaries. He killed one of my pack Brahmins simply because it was in his way. I'll grab...
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man. I hear the profligates at Forlorn Hope begged for their lives.
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man again.
I'm harsh on the children, but they'll be excellent.
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man again. You here to fight in the arena? Then you're... It's not something we like to speak of. The burned man was our... He's been dead for several years now. But the... A great warrior. He doesn't feel pain. Such a... I set up the fights. That can be arranged. You will be facing off. Remember the rules. Good luck.
Over here! They hardly even know how to fight.
As expected, it wasn't much of a fight. There's a captured NCR trooper available. Careful in there.
They hardly
Found you.
know how to fight.
Get some!
Help!
They hardly even know how to fight.
A good fight. I have a dangerous one for you. An NCR ranger by the name... Even though she's a woman, she's killed every man who's... Watch out for her.
They hardly even know how to fight.
Come on!
Unbelievable. You stood against... Sorry, but there's nobody left who'd even be a challenge. Go. Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man again.
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man again.
If you're injured, I might... What do you want? A small town in New Mexico. The Legion burned it a few years... 3 years and counting. If I could just get a... We're property. If you're too young or too old, the men usually... Alright. I never finished my training. I do know basic first aid. I'm always running low. Oh, I've been using 2 roots for flour. Thanks to... For sale? I'm a slave, not a merchant. I could give you some... What about... A vengeful spirit. Some of the more... The story says he was set on fire. Nonsense, probably, but... The legate is not a man to be crossed.
I didn't think anyone could kill an NCR Ranger in single combat.
Our way, true to Kaiser. Move along. You must enter Kaiser's tent alone. Anyone else?
Our way. True to Kaiser.
So, I finally get to meet the courier who's caused so much trouble for the new California Republic. You spread word of the massacre of Nipton, just like Wolf has asked you. The monorail that the profligates rode from McCarran to the Strip has been destroyed. You turned Camp Forlorn Hope into a mass grave. I get it. We share a common enemy. And now you come before the mighty Kaiser to what? Offer your services? Maybe I should have you struck blind so my face is the last sight you ever behold. Look, you do know why I wanted to meet you, right? A man nearly kills you, so you track him across the breadth of the Mojave. You visit the tops, and next thing you know, the head of the chairman is fleeing the Strip like a whimpering little pup. When you set your mind to something, you get results. I like that. The question is, are you ready to get started? I have eyes and ears everywhere. It behooves me not to invade the West blind and deaf. It hasn't been hard to track your progress. It's not as though you've been keeping a low profile. The time is fast approaching when my legion will assault the Great Dam and invade the West. Before that happens, I want Mr. House knocked out of the game. A quick 1-2 punch, with you doing the punching. Down the hill, at the west edge of camp, is an old building. It was here when the fort was taken in 2277. Inside the building is a hatch. And inside that hatch are 2 steel doors that bear the sigil of the Lucky 38 Casino. Now that same sigil is on the platinum chip Benny was carrying when we captured him. Isn't that interesting? Even more interesting, there's a slot about the same size as the chip on the console that opens the hatch. So you know what I think? I think the platinum chip opens those doors. Doors that can't be pried open, or drilled open, or blasted open. Because all that, I tried. I want you to destroy whatever you find in there. And then I want you to come back here and tell me about it. So go to the building and take this fucking platinum chip with you. My legionaries will meet you there, with your weapons and equipment. Talk to Benny on your way out. He knows I'm going to let you decide how he dies. Maybe you want to remind him. We'll talk again when you've destroyed whatever is down in that bunker, not before.
I suspect you'll be a valuable asset to the Legion. There's a gambler, Martina Grosbeck, who has a knack for learning other people's secrets and the Omertas, who run Gomorrah, have become suspicious of Martina's frequent visit. Besides the gratitude of the Legion, I prefer to handle these matters through... Good. Martina frequents the Vault 21 gift shop on the Strip. Hurry along. Was there more for us to discuss? To call Aneus ferocious would be an... He thinks nothing of suffering loss. Be glad you are not... Ah, yes. We are forbidden from speaking. The Burn Man proved dangerous, unpredictable.
Our way, true to Kaiser.
Why, you little promise breaker! Let me live, Benny, and I'll never come after you, pinky swear. What a fink! Anyway, go ahead and laugh, baby. I ain't blind to the humor in this situation. Yeah, well, laugh it up on your own time. Down to brass tacks. How'd your meet and greet with Baldy go? Sure. Baldy wants you to go down there in the bunker and destroy whatever Mr. House stashed there. Oh, you don't want to do that, baby. Whatever's down in that bunker is the key to the city called Vegas. So here's what you do. You go down there and you use the chip to do whatever Mr. House would have wanted you to do. And when you get back to the Strip, you find Yes Man. I made it so that cat can't help but be helpful. Dig? Which greedy overlord do you... Mr. House hides Vegas under his skirt when the bombs fall 1,000 years ago, so it belongs to him? Forever? You buy that? Baby, every boss has a line to explain why he's special. Why everyone's gotta do what he says. You're just figuring that out? Vegas gotta swing, baby. Gotta have pizzazz. Respect where due, but that old man is square to the core. The chairmen are true blue. The Omertas are degenerates. Never trust them. Or the white gloves. Just something. Set it up right and the families will roll. Now you're talking. That is the ring-a-ding move, baby. First base is whatever Mr. House would have you do. Follow orders, rig the game to his specifications. Then, when he ain't looking, you knock him out of the running and find a way to take control of those security. Go see Yes Man. I made it so that... Ain't we covered this? The only thing not bad about them is that the NCR is the biggest gang of thieves in the Mojave. Only difference is... Nah, just spruce it up with a crucifixion here and there. Come closer so I can... The Legion is twisted, baby. Original losers worshipping the king. They're worse than roaches. I'm the most... Now, in the way back, we called ourselves the Boot Riders. Silly name, but that's how we rode the Mojave, dig? On our feet. We were nomadic badasses not to be trifled with. A gang of ruffians, though, with a certain panache. When House gave us the tops to renovate, his robots dropped off boxes full of suits and ties and wingtip shoes. Told us we were the chairmen now. That caused an uproar, but I said the name sticks. Chow to the old ways, baby. Time to swing in style. If the shoes fit, you wear them. 7 years. Took over 3 days after Mr. House introduced himself. Our chief at the time, mountain of a guy named Bingo, wanted to stay nomadic. I disagreed, so he challenged me to the knife. He looked so surprised when I stuck that knife in his neck. Thought he was so tough, but he was so slow. That's how I made chief. It's how things were back then. We were east of Vegas when the first Securitron we ever saw rolled up on us. We jumped. The next day, said we'd been selected. Vegas, Everything a nomad never gets, in other words. I prefer the term, it took every stealth boy I had to cross the river at Cottonwood Cove. That was a close shave. Once I was across, I changed into a uniform. I swiped off a dead legionary outside Nelson. Tried to sneak into the... They found the chip. I wasn't gonna tell them. I never tire of talking. Try not to smile so wide, baby. You might... Yeah, Baldy said you'd get to decide. So... Yeah, real popular around here. So... The direct approach, eh? Fair. But you should wait until the bunker's taken care of. Caesar won't like it if... So... You'd do that for me, baby? Don't tease. I know. Yeah, to die in my sleep at a ripe old age after a marathon session of hey-hey with 30 sex-star broad. Look, I ain't a harbor for illusions. That's why I'm trying to hand... No. Baby, if you show me the door to Scramsville, that's where I'll go. Out of your hair, never to return. I've been a fink to you. Caused more than my share of grief, but... No one likes a tea. Ta-ta. Sing, baby. You... Check's in the mail. Then...
We'll talk again when you've destroyed whatever is down in that bunker. Not before.
Some of the slaves have been spreading. Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man.
Caesar has permitted your weapons to be returned. Caesar has put a lot of...
I do wish you'd come and met with me at the Lucky 38 when you first arrived on the Strip. or after Benny fled, even. Quite an honor you spurned, my invite. You would be the first person to set foot inside the Lucky 38 in over 200 years. But you still wound up here, right where I wanted you. I knew I could rely on Caesar to return the platinum chip to you. Goodbye? Is that some kind of joke? You barely understand what I want you to accomplish down there. It's a facility I built many years before you were born. You might think of it as a kind of barracks. You'll understand soon enough. Surely you know that I am Robert Edwin House, President, CEO, and sole proprietor of the new Vegas Strip. I oversaw the city's renovations starting from 2274 onward. The 3 families are my employees. Hence, Benny was captured or killed, possibly by you, but by my estimates, far more. Hence, Caesar wants you to destroy what... But that's not going to happen. I need you to manually upload the data from the chip to the facility's primary computer. There's a complication. While I can broadcast, that means I can't deactivate its security bots, most of which appear to be active according to the status board I'm looking at. The same equipment failure that prevents me from... There's a security room near the base of the... My army will do what an army... I like to think you have enough sense to do the right thing. The rewards for doing so are immense. Stop wasting time. Go upload the data on the platinum chip to the facility's primary computer.
Please stand clear. This is now a free fire. Zone. Resistance is on.
I do wish you'd come and met with... Was that meant to be a shocking revelation? Of course Caesar wants it destroyed. But you're not going to do that. You're going to... Fine. You'll receive a nice bonus. The platinum chip is a... I need you to manually... There's a... That means... Listen to me very carefully. I've waited too long. Do as I say, and your rewards will be immense. Then, there will be no safe haven for you. Have you come to your senses? It's not too late to upload the platinum chip's data to the primary computer.
A lawful use of deadly force is in progress. Citizens are advised. Scanning for hostiles. This area clear. Proceeding with search protocol. Area clear. Proceeding with search protocol. This area clear. Proceeding with search protocol. Please take cover until the danger has been eliminated.
You've carried out Caesar's will, but I must... You're free to...
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man again.
I felt the ground shake a while ago. I'll tell you, there are rewards for doing as I command. Today, your reward is vengeance. You get to decide how Benny dies. Go to Benny. Let him know what you've decided. My Praetorians will perform the execution, unless you want to perform it yourself. Consider it the first of many, but we have nothing.
Was there more for us to discuss?
Nothing to discuss until you've dealt with Benny.
It is a great honor for anyone outside. We recently obtained an artillery weapon, but we don't have the part. The tribe calling themselves the Boomers is obsessed with such weapons. He's the best warrior in the Legion. A full Legion. Had the Legate been in command during the Battle of Hoover Dam, the Legion would have won. No. Legate Lanius is Caesar's. The Burned Man was Caesar... on Caesar... It's a tradition in the Praetorians to specialize in unarmed combat. However, our unarmed tech... I'll answer. When I was a boy, the girls and women were enslaved, and many... We were savages. Caesar has taught us that over-reliance on the NCR reign. We had the numbers. We were... And just about every one of them is occupied. What?
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the Burned Man again.
So, baby, what did you find? So, all this time, the old man had an... Just imagine the look on Baldy's face when those... So all you gotta do is talk to Yes Man. Make Vegas a town I would have been proud of, baby. I see. Machetes at 20 paces, hey? I accept your challenge. I see. Don't do that, baby. Not crucifixion. I could be up there for days with those twisted creeps What am I gonna say? No thanks? If you can get these ropes off, I'll do... You think? Murdering me like this, down on my... What's holding you up? Machetes at 20... You're a class act, baby. Not to say...
Like that?
mechanical dog you have with you? Oh? Such things are common in Denver, but I didn't know. I ask because Caesar... Lupa. Yes, she's the mother. Cyberdog? Like the ones I... You give Lupa a worthy... Oh. All right. Some of the slaves have been spreading stories of... What do you need from me?
Let's go.
You must enter Caesar's tent alone. Anyone else must remain outside.
Bother someone else. I don't want anything to do with you. Hey.
Is there something else I can do for you? Very... Let's take a look. Exceptional synapse. If you want me to transplant this brain into Rex... All right, let's see here. Neural pathway. If I transplant this brain... Big brain on this one. Transplanting this brain will make Rex faster than he was. Have a seat. Is there something else I can do for?